future's now, old man.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you've seen the intro, if I have the proper enthusiasm to make the intro that I want to make, or the video title, which it'll probably put it in the video title, welcome to OpenFront.io, a Territorial.io like that I believe may very well be the future of Territorial.io. If you're not familiar with Territorial.io, it is a browser game where you conquer the world using pixels and imagined armies, and it's very popular. I play Kiyomi. Yeah, I know of a bunch of people who play Territorial.io who also play that game. I have not done any videos on Territorial because I kind of feel like it's a little bit of an oversaturated field. You have a lot of big names there, lots of views, lots of popularity, but I have played that game, and now I'm playing this game, OpenFront.io, which is very similar to Territorial. So let's jump into a game real quick. I'm just going to do a single-player game for now so I can kind of explain the game mechanics. And we're also going to turn on... It doesn't have any music right now, which I don't... Territorial doesn't have any music either. So I'm just going to kick on the classic Particle Fleet Emergence soundtrack. That way we can get a little bit of tunes in the background, and let's hop into a single-player game. We're just going to do the world. We're going to play it on medium difficulty. I don't believe that I've lost on medium difficulty, but again, I'm just doing this so I can kind of explain my understanding of the game and its mechanics. So we're going to hop in, and you're going to see it's very similar to Territorial. You have a map, you have a spot you start on, you pick that spot. There we are, that's us. We are brain rot today. Little tiny screen, and you're going to see a lot of things that look pretty familiar to Territorial. You have an attack ratio down here, and you're going to expand into this open area for your starting run. But you're going to notice some things right off the bat. The expansion is not uniform, and it is not... It's very pixelated. It's not... Well, I mean, I guess Territorial was pixelated as well. But, this is, very, like... How should I put it? I don't know. I don't know how to put it. But it's very fluid with the way that you capture territory. And, of course, this seems pretty standard as far as a Territorial-themed game. You can right-click on players, and you can emote at them, and you can befriend them. A lot of this is pretty standard. It's pretty straightforward. But once I get my my immediate area here cleared out real quick, we'll discuss the buts involved. You can send out boats just like in Territorial, and they will arrive where you send them to. So you can theoretically send them quite far. But yeah. So one thing that is different compared to Territorial is you can build buildings. Look at this. You can build buildings, you can build cities, you can build defense posts, missile silos, ports, battleships, destroyers, hydrogen bombs, and atom bombs. My goodness. And in order to do so, you need to make money. So down here, below my population number, which is my army number here, you can see gold. And in order to make more money, you need to sacrifice troops and turn them into workers. And the more workers you have, the more money you will be making. Quite a bit more money, actually. So that's very nice. So we have Russia over here. They are quite powerful. I'm going to try to squeak out ahead of Russia here so that we don't immediately die. But we're number one. Medium difficulty AI is not that difficult, so I'm not expecting any problems. Oh, wait, we're allied with Finland. I didn't actually realize that was Finland. That's my bad. Can we jump over to here? We can. All right. So, once I get some money going here, we'll go into a little bit more detail. Let's actually just befriend Russia for now. We can take our time. But you can see the AI are building things. So these little tower icons are cities. Cities provide a bonus to your population. So the more cities you have, the more population your territory can hold. So they are very nice to build. Especially if you want to like build a little tall. Sometimes that may be necessary depending on the circumstances. But so if you hop in here, you'll see cities are 250,000. I believe they become more expensive the longer you go. You also have defense posts. So defense posts are going to take a little bit of explaining. So you may have noticed, I mentioned it briefly, that you kind of have a not very uniform expansion rate. That's because each terrain type has like a different cost in order to capture. So like your mountains, you'll see like the armies will like capture these plains long before they capture these mountains, just because it's so much cheaper to move into this area than it is this area. And what building defense posts does is it makes this area harder to capture. It makes it more fortified, which is very nice, extremely nice actually. And it actually looks like our ally got rolled here, which is kind of funny. It's okay. It's all right. We got this. We are the number one. We are the strongest. Yeah, we are so strong, so powerful, so handsome. And on top of that, we also can build ports. So that's what this icon is here. And what ports do is they allow us to trade. So you can see these little ships moving across the map. And I believe if I hover my mouse over it, you can see in the top corner here, that is a trade ship. So if we follow this trade ship, I'm not quite sure how far it's going to go. I'm not quite sure where it's going. I don't think you can choose where they go. It will go maybe to this port? No, it's traveling very far. It's going over to America, it looks like. Excuse me. Do you mind? Do you mind not attacking me? I'm trying to explain game mechanics. Settle down. All right, where are you going? Are you going up to Iceland? Okay, this is a little bit problematic. Get out of here. There we go. All right. We're good for the moment, anyhow. You know, I'm starting to think that this boat doesn't know where he's going. But anyway, the trade ships will travel to various points, and they will make you money. Money is very nice to have. It's actually a very lucrative way to make money. All right, we're going to have to crank up our troops a little bit here because these AIs are getting feisty. Get off my land. All right. Come on, get off my land, Iceland. Don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. Okay. So I'm a little bit worried about Mongolia here. A little bit worried about the USA and Canada. Any of these guys consolidating their territory would not be very good for me. But it's okay. So these are just AIs. They're not very smart. It's all good. Even if Iceland is being obnoxious. It's fine. This is fine. It may not be fine. All right, but we can also build other things. You see this big dot here, and it just destroyed this little dot. This is a battleship. This is a Nigerian battleship, and it will destroy trade ships. It will destroy trade ships, and it will destroy destroyers, which is this ship right here, which we'll get into here in a second. I think I need to secure my place before I uh, continue to describe the game mechanics. But we're doing good. We have a fair amount of gold. We have 1.43 million gold. And that will let us build a missile silo, which we're going to have a whole lot of fun with, I'm sure. Although it looks like South Africa down here already has a missile silo. We could have just taken theirs. It's okay. It's all right. All right. So we're looking quite good. We're dominating this territory. We should build some defense posts along the coast. That may actually help us hold on to this land a little bit better. And another thing we could do is actually deploy our own battleship, which our battleship will spawn at a port, and it will go after enemy trade ships. It will also go after enemy landing parties, which is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. All right, settle down. I really don't want to be like 2v1ing these two bots right now. But this seems to be the world we live in, so maybe we're committed. Uh-oh. Am I about to die? All right, let's hold off a bit. Come on, Mongolia. Be my friend. All right, let's recover our troop counts here, shall we? Yeah, you can see Iceland has stopped being able to attack me as easily because we now have a battleship patrolling in this territory. All right, so Mongolia has befriended us, which is good because they've taken a large chunk of my territory. But it's going to be so slow to push through these mountains here. It may actually be worth it to try to take out their destroyer. Who has the crown? The USA has the crown. Okay. Oh, that's why Iceland hasn't been attacking me. It's because they got conquered by America. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Ooh, we'll talk about that in a second. So one other thing that this game has is, as you could see, atomic bombs, hydrogen bombs, big explosive attacks. And you can use them to cause massive damage to the enemy. Of course, they fire from the silo, and yeah, they are pretty effective at damaging the enemy severely. And you can then use that to just roll over an enemy if you time it correctly. It is very good. Just like that. Ooh. That was kind of an interesting divide there between Mongolia and I. But we got it. We got it. So one other thing, I haven't talked about the destroyer yet, have we? I don't think we have. So we have destroyers as well. The interesting thing about destroyers is that they can capture other trade ships, and they will become your own. And then those trade ships can go to your ports and make you money. It's very nice. Very, very nice. There we go. And I know I've said this multiple times, but I think we finally have this in the bag. We can go ahead and probably start the attack into the Americas at this point. I think the easiest thing to do would be to attack Argentina and go from there. They'll never suspect it. So yeah, there's a whole trade dynamic. Look at this. Just a destroyer hoovering up all of the trade right there. And all of that gold is going right to me. Big money. Big money, no whammies. So we're going to push our advantage here. We're going to capture South America pretty handily, I believe. Yeah, oh yeah. And you can just see, again, like how fast you take this flat land versus like the mountains. It's I actually really like it. It makes the game feel very dynamic when you compare it versus something like Territorial, where the expansion and the rate of expansion is always very uniform, which isn't a bad thing. Like, I'm not sitting here to say that Territorial is a bad game and we should feel bad for playing it. It's not. It's a fun game. There's a reason it's as popular as it is. But I do feel like it lacks the depth that I would be looking for in a game. I mean, there's a reason why I play Kiyomi instead of Territorial. It's because I feel like Kiyomi has just a little bit more depth to it, while still being simplistic. I think that's important. I think it's important that it has depth, but it's still simplistic enough that the average person can take it on. And yeah, I think that's very important. I think it's very relevant. We are getting nuked here. Iceland is a radioactive wasteland. That is what it is, I suppose. So we're going to capture these little islands here to prepare our invasion of Australia, which is ruled by India. But we got this. We got this. They're just fighting back against the inevitable at this point. There we go. Nice, nice. Also have Antarctica out here. All right. So we have 9 million gold, and Mongolia isn't doing anything. That's okay. I think it's about time we start our invasion of Argentina, but we have to be a little bit careful because obviously, like, they have a bunch of ships out here. So I want to launch my own battleship so that I can kind of prepare for the invasion. Because I can't just, well, I could probably get a transport ship down there. There is a fairly decent chance that they could actually intercept it with these battleships. So now we have our own battleships here. We can send our own troops. So of course, this game just recently came out. I think it's only been out for a couple of months, maybe. And what is going on? What is going on? Trade ship captured. Captured trade ship. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. All I need to know is that South America is also ours now. It's nice. It's nice. So it looks like Mongolia is finally making a move against the US. Look at all those nukes they're look at all those nukes they're firing. If only, you know, there wasn't somebody who was willing to backstab them and, you know, maybe ruin their day a little bit. Yeah? 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 Yeah, so the hydrogen bomb is a little bit powerful. It's actually extremely powerful. Also, another thing of note is that obviously nuking our ally made us a traitor, which puts this little cross sword over our name, which tells everybody that we're a filthy, dirty backstabber and a very bad man. How dare we backstab our only ally? Truly, it is a travesty beyond mortal comprehension. But we also completely crippled Mongolia with a single shot. And that, like, that's crazy. It's crazy. Like, 5 million gold, and you just delete, like, a large percentage of the map. And 5 million gold is a lot of gold. It's not like you're gonna be firing nukes all willy-nilly. The only reason I can is because I already control most of the world. But that does kind of help clean up the map more quickly after somebody has already won. So I don't know. I don't know. I think it's neat. It's something to keep in mind. There have been times in multiplayer games where I have defeated an enemy, but they kept like a large percentage of their gold. Like they kept 5 million gold in the bank in case they lost. And then they built a silo on a little tiny island, so they would like capture like an island. Like we'll use, maybe we shouldn't use that one. Let's use this island. So they'll capture like this island, or like some island out in the middle of nowhere, like one of these islands, and they'll build a silo there, and then they'll save 5 million gold. And just in case, like, they get defeated, and they'll just have, like, they'll try to play like a kingmaker, basically. They'll just have, like, one last shot at defeating whoever defeated them. But it's nice. It's an enjoyable game. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. So I thought maybe we would do a multiplayer game in this video, but I think I'm going to keep this video kind of short, kind of brisk. That way the kids can pay attention to it. I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to make too long of a video that the kids wouldn't be able to pay attention to. No, I'm being a little bit condescending. I apologize. But other than that, like, other than, like, being able to build things, so, like, if I go in here and I build a city, so my population is at 1.46 million, and building a city immediately jumps it up to 1.48, and then I can build, I think they cap at 1 million, yeah, I can build as many pops as I want, like, as long as I have the money to do so. It's pretty good, it's pretty good. But we are just about finished with this. I don't know the percentage of the map I have to conquer in order for it to say that I've won, but I know we're getting close. I think it's like 90%? No, 95% maybe. But yeah, then if somebody wanted to, they could just come in here and they could, well, I don't have enough money for it. But they could, you know, just spite nuke you. That's something that they could do. Just like that. But imagine it much bigger. Or like I did with Mongolia here, you could use it to betray your enemy. There's a lot of things you could do that, it's not a lot. Like, this isn't a lot, but it's enough to make the game more interesting. And I like that. I like that a lot. Let's finish this then. It can be a little bit slow to capture some territories. Like, I believe this is all, like, icy mount. It might even be mountainous down here, which is why this is going so slow. Because obviously, like, the icy mountains are the most expensive things to conquer. 95%? Is it 95? No. Come on. I know there's a point where the game will just say, oh, congratulations, you won. There we go. 95%. All right. And that was a game of OpenFront.io. It was only against bots, but it's a good way to get a good idea of how to play the game. So thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm hoping that I can play this game more in the future. We will see. I'll be curious to see how this video does. I will be watching. But until next time, folks, happy gaming.